Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Monday night of fun. We kind of moved things around this last week for Indie Mayhem. But before I get going too much, I just want to say, if you're watching on Facebook, send a star to let our hosts and producers know how much you appreciate what they do here at Go Indie Now. Every time you contribute, you get entered into our season prize package drawing with gift cards, swag, and more. So send us those stars, show us some love so we can keep doing what we like to do. And we've got Anita hanging out with us in the crowd, and then Ron is breaking the fourth wall. But yeah, let me bring everybody in. We're just going to have a good old time. And I'm going to go around, let everybody introduce themselves and whatnot. Before, I don't even think I introduced myself. I'm Madilynn Dale. New book coming out that is not upside down now is Roots of Love. I dropped the link in the comments if you guys want to check it out. There are a ton of amazing authors in here. Several Go Indie Now regulars, including myself, David Green, and Adam Gaffin. So RJ, you take it away, and then we'll just drop down to knife sexy time and then over to Jim.
Thanks.
Howdy, I'm RJ Burchett. You can find these two books, the You Get to What You Steal, that Ron, or Knife Sexy Time, and I wrote together, and Smart Dad, Dumb Dad, which is, they're both available on Amazon, and there you have it.
That was great. Hello, I'm Knife Sexy Time. I write under the name of Ron L.R. RJ mentioned one book. I also write fantasy and other stuff. It's all available here at my website, Cathaldi.com.
Yes.
Great to see you all.
Yeah. All right, Jim, take it away.
I feel like we have a very weird angle.
Well, you do, because right now you're on the mobile, because right now, for some reason, neither one of the computers is wanting to recognize the phone or the mic or the camera.
Oh, no.
And I'm in the process of rebooting everything because we've been in meeting mode all day long, as well as book launch mode all day long. I am Jim Nettles. You can find science fiction, fantasy, nonfiction, all sorts of stuff author. Right now we're in the middle of launching fairy films, We Folk, on the big screen, and in pre-launch it goes live on Thursday. We already have the big orange check internationally.
Yeah.
So
congratulations.
Very cool.
That one, which is sort of nonfiction. It's an analysis of fairy folklore in film in non-standard ways, and different interpretations and stuff like that. We've got a show dropping on that with an interview to a bunch of the contributors and stuff. That'll be dropping on Thursday. But my piece in it was all about the 1984 version of Dune and how that was fairy folklore.
Ooh,
just
interesting. Like, I'm gonna have to check that out. We've got Tiffany has joined us as well. Hey, Tiffany.
Hello.
And Ron is keeping the chat alive over here. So
I like to stay busy.
Yes. Which I think both Ron and I were working in the yard before this show. So
all day.
And we were painting a new, I had my son helping me paint. We got a palette, so we're gonna make like a vertical bed with the palette, and I've got the fabric stuff. What am I thinking? Landscaping fabric to put in clips so it'll hold the soil and everything to put herbs in. So that's what we were working.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. So let's just jump into it. Our winner's not here this evening, so we get to pick on Jim for a little bit. There was some good stuff though. You guys had a fun group of questions. Jim, I know your strategy was to not win when you came in. You stated that in the show.
Perfectly
I felt like
executed.
Ron was trying to encourage you to win, though, because he kept adding you like points on there.
See, normally I go to play to win, but the problem is I recognize the fact that when the big championship match is going to go on, I'm going to be sitting in the middle of Ireland, Scotland, and not sober, and it would be somewhere in the middle of the night. And because we'll be on a boat, I would be absolutely down for getting up in a hotel, sitting up, at 4 a.m. or something like that in the middle of nowhere. However, the fact I can't guarantee what our internet connectivity will be on a boat in the middle of Europe. So I felt the need to pass on my victorious ways to some of my fellow compatriots. And so seeing as how, I get to cast upon the, my gnomish inspiration, Jay, who I've known for many, 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 many years. And again, if I mentioned it during the show, was the inspiration for the cover of this book.
Nice.
That's what happens, Jay, for not being here.
That's awesome. And I'm a tad bit jealous that you get to go to Ireland, or you're going to have to locate Ron's nemesis and take pictures and stuff, Yeah,
we'll be bouncing around Ireland, Scotland, hoping to see some friends while we're over there. So alcohol will be involved.
Of course. I mean, it's Ireland. Come on now. You can't not go and not have alcohol and beer.
It's been way too many years since I've had the mother's milk sitting in, at the pub in Dublin. So, it's time to go back.
Yes. All right. Well, let's talk about some of the stuff. And I'm going to start with this one because I thought this was a really good answer. And it's too bad Joe's taking a media break today because he would love this answer too.
All right. If you woke up tomorrow inside a novel, which novel would you prefer and as which character?
I would want to be Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit because everything always turns out right for me. I get treasure, I get a wizard best friend, I get to hang out with some dwarves, get to steal some stuff. Come on. Great thing. I don't get burned by a dragon. Tons of people get burned by a dragon in that book.
That works.
Hell, I would want to be Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah.
Every day.
Get to live a really long time and have weird crippling addictions to this little ring thing. But,
All right.
Bilbo would be a great character. So, I mean, lots of adventure, lots of near-death stuff too, though.
So yeah,
it wasn't an easy walk in the park for Mr. Baggins.
No, it wasn't. Jim, what was your answer going to be? Because I know you stuck your book up there at the end. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember yesterday.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I had an answer. I'm pretty sure I even came up with an answer, but as to what it actually was, who knows? I mean, if I've got to pick somebody I'm really going to be, I mean, and a trip I'm really going to be on, it's going to be somebody that's going to be really in a bunch of trouble.
Fantasy world or not fantasy world, though?
Oh, absolutely a fantasy world. Because if I'm going to die, I'm going to die spectacularly.
Go down in some flames.
You don't want a bicycle accident when you could be, eaten by a dragon.
I'd rather be eaten by a dragon, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to, again, more than likely, we all know it's going to be my mouth that gets me into trouble regardless of what I do. I know this. I acknowledge this. I accept this. And if I'm gonna be eaten by a dragon, I'm gonna make sure he chokes on me a little bit.
Yeah, dude. Maybe get one of your bones to stick inside his gullet as you go down.
There you go. Keep a happy thought.
Yes.
And I'll be overdone no matter what. Tough, gristly. He'll be mad the entire time.
Yeah.
I'll be the inspiration for raising an entire village.
Yes. RJ, Ron, did y'all have any thoughts on that question? Did you have something in mind when you came up with it?
What I had in mind was Jay's answer being shorter.
You've met Jay, right?
No, that was the first time.
Oh, that's true. You never have.
So I was quite surprised.
I made some cuts to make it shorter.
We'll be having a talk before the semifinal.
I think I'd like to be Arthur Dent in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Just so many insane things happen.
Nice.
Would be interesting, not necessarily pleasant, but pleasant things don't usually make novels.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'd rather be Beelzebub in that case. I mean,
I don't know. I have to find a novel about gardening.
We could bury you in the compost pile.
So
Yes. And okay, so this one kind of highlights you, Jim, because I thought it was kind of hilarious how you just threw yourself under the bus here.
Question is, who is your most embarrassing family member and why? Jay.
My dad, because he will get on. We both host a Star Trek podcast called Where No Bubs Has Gone Before. And being older and with the way culture changes, he'll sometimes get up there and just start saying some things that, 70-year-old men just kind of say in this day and time. So, it's funny sometimes. Sometimes it's funny in the please stop sort of way. But, there it is.
Jenny.
My mom, because she won't shut up.
Oh, yeah,
She will start talking and just keep talking and talking and talking, and she won't shut up.
I feel like we got a sense of what you mean.
see, this is a heavy competition. She talks me into doing things like being an athletic director. My father, just because I am the shy, quiet one in the family. Yeah, exactly. But I often think that I probably am the most embarrassing one in the family because I really don't give a shit and will go do whatever.
I mean, you were just being straight up honest. And that is hilarious that you're the quiet, shy one in the family, too.
I am. That is the absolute.
That's terrifying. Terrifying.
Golly. And here's another good one, which I totally when I heard the question, I knew you would be the first one on this because this is kind of what you do. So here it goes.
All right. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Give us a real life example you've experienced, but as the elevator pitch for a blockbuster movie.
In a world where once again I have offered my services for free, someone again elects not to listen to my advice. What will happen to our intrepid hero as they go along their own chosen path?
In a world where kids won't stop running and parents don't give a damn about the bathrooms, one team of lifeguards will rise up and clean out all the poop in the water. Welcome to Lifeguard Mania 2.
When the poor artist offers her time for free, and the person keeps saying, just one more thing, what will happen when that artist snaps? Who will survive? How many bodies will there be?
I think yours was definitely the best on there. And yeah.
But these hard hosts failed to recognize the genius of my answer.
You certainly set the tone, though.
Well, last week I was stuck sitting in the car because I walked out of a meeting with 2 minutes to go before we started. This week, nothing wants to work from technology, so I'm blaming you guys for everything.
Ron, you want to hit your banner button there?
Just wanted to tell you my alarm just went off and said, get ready for Talking Indie Mayhem in an hour.
That's funny. Okay, so like and subscribe just seemed rude. So I did please like and subscribe. Thank you. That's just how polite I am. Except to you. Except to you, Patty, where I kept undoing your work. But to everybody else, I was.
And I realized it changed. Oh, man. Just think, Jim, you're going to get to meet Ron in person this fall. So.
The embarrassment that'll happen, Ron. The embarrassment.
Be ready to have a good time for sure. This was a funny one. for you guys, and definitely inspired by Ron and RJ's creativeness.
What is a good name for an evil Viking chicken? This question is for everybody, so we'll just start with Jenny.
Eric. Because
All right.
it's a simple name. No one will ever see it coming.
Nice. Jim.
Buck, the one chicken.
All right. Jay.
Chicken Chaser, the persistent.
Ooh. It's your turn to pick.
I'm going to give Jenny the nod here.
All right.
Love
I will
the
say,
chicken.
hers was the only answer I remembered.
It's true.
It's
As
catchy.
an
Man.
old person, it was impressive I remembered anything, I guess.
True. I mean, you are kind of up there in age, so your memory might be going out the door. Jim was like, ooh.
No argument. I mean, yep.
Ooh.
Kick a
Eric's
guy when
like,
he's down.
It's the best time.
Yep. I
Safest-
like that it's making it into the chicken story, Anita. That's awesome. So,
Anita's a hero.
yeah. I have to admit, though, Ron, you have been plugged into an official story of mine. So,
Is it racy?
it's
It's gardening.
and it does kind of relate to gardening. So it's
more-
about bugs.
All right.
It puts the insecticide on its stamen. Or oh wait, sorry.
I mean, there is an anthology. I don't know if you guys, not everybody I know is not part of the writing tribe, but I am submitting to a particular murder bugs anthology, and you are in it, my friend.
Nice.
Because
I do love
bugs-ridden
gardening.
garden.
I
So
planted over 100 potato, seed potato
man,
sections this year or this weekend.
that's a lot.
Oh my god! And it was so hot. It was so unpleasant. And I donated blood, so I donate blood regularly.
You
And I did
garden after you donated blood.
and I do the double red blood cell where they take 2 pints out and then do the
Mhm.
centrifuge and then they put whatever back in. But you aren't allowed to donate instead of 8 weeks. You're not allowed to donate again for 16 weeks.
Wow.
So I went and did that, and then I got really faint a couple times.
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't pass out.
Were you at least drinking some beer while you were doing that?
I was drinking much water, but yeah, I just love potatoes. It's worth
I was
dying.
I was going to say, if they're going to take out a pint, they better put back in at least a fifth.
They did give me free potato chips and Fritos as well as water. So
There are death scenes in this book, Tiffany, but it's like
I hope I go out gardening.
yeah. Could be mosquitoes. Ooh, a mosquitoes vampire like
Are
story.
you going to be composted?
I hope so.
Yes, absolutely.
I hope
gonna
so.
keep up, guys.
I assume I'm going to die before my wife, so really she'll do whatever she does, but I want to be composted. But
Yeah. It's
I
legal
don't know.
in Washington now. So
I don't know how all your guys' marriage works, but I'm not positive that Laura will, abide by my wishes and I'm not going to have much say in it afterwards. So.
Speaking of death, this is a good one for this conversation.
Ah, death is the
What
best.
do you want written on your tombstone?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
JF?
Survive and adapt. Because that's all I ever do.
Okay, that's my favorite thing for a tombstone.
It's over. It's over.
Or
Mine would be, if you lived here, you'd be home now.
Oh, mine would be
Help! Help! Help!
Oh,
I'm
no.
dead.
yeah, something like that. All right.
Tombstones. We should save that and play it at y'all's funerals in the future. So
help, I'm dead. Yeah.
Good idea.
and Tiffany says Ron's wife will be the one that kills him. That's why he is going to die first.
I'm imagine Tiffany is joking, but my wife does watch a suspicious amount of true crime shows and listen to a lot of true crime podcast, and I feel like she is taking notes and creating a plan. So if I am murdered or die in suspicious circumstances, please, I mean, they always look at the spouse anyway, but it's her. That's just it. It's her.
See, at least in my case, she has a shot at getting away with it, while it more than likely will have been her. There's such a long list of suspects.
I don't know if that's good or bad, Jim.
It's good for his wife.
Yeah, I guess so. Ugh. And speaking of things that happen after you kill somebody.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done? Jay?
Riot or a fight?
Riot. Okay.
Riot or a
First,
fight.
I thought he said
Okay.
ride. Ride or
Right.
Riot or a fight?
Sure. Jenny?
They'd probably think I'd actually snapped and killed someone.
All right. And Jim?
Either A, I started one hell of a bar fight because I was hard-ass to the wrong person, or I triggered some sort of massive financial crisis by fucking around with something I shouldn't have been doing.
Oh.
I like that. I like Jim's.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Jim.
those were all good. But that was
He could totally do that too.
all right. I'm going to skip.
All good answers.
Yeah, for real.
Don't you love Jay's faith that I could trigger like a worldwide meltdown?
I mean, I totally would not put it past you, Jim. As much technology stuff that you do with your you've got like ties into so many different things, it could happen.
I just want to say that during that clip, I was thinking about it, and if my wife does kill me, don't say anything because I want her to get away with it. I love her. I don't want her to go to jail.
That's so sweet.
Which
Yeah,
here's something that's
I'm not a grudge holder.
I'll be
says
fine.
keep track of the antifreeze.
I mean, I probably will deserve it if she doesn't. I mean, she's the smart one, so I'll just trust in her judgment.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, what about you, RJ? I mean, your wife is very smart. Would
Yeah,
you?
and also watches a suspicious number of murder shows, the true crime ones, and but she seems to be against it on the whole. Normally, she's upset that why did he do that? Why did she do that?
That's a
So
wise
I'm like,
cover story.
She
It is.
seems to be opposed to the idea of it. I'm
She's
always
really
thinking,
playing you.
yeah, I always see those and I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have made that mistake. That is the life
Man.
lesson you're supposed to take from these shows, right?
I don't know. I don't watch them. I don't want to kill my wife.
Today.
It
like-
doesn't have to
like-
be your
like her.
wife. I mean,
It could be anyone's wife.
yeah, like it could
Anyone's.
be anyone in general. Could be a bad.
Yeah, I don't want to
neighbor.
kill anybody. I mean, I wish ill fortune on many people, but I don't want to. I'm
Wishing
pretty
for
busy.
the-
I don't have room to add more shit to my schedule. I got
Yeah,
a lot
fair
going
enough.
on.
Yeah.
There's always room for a body.
I mean, if I was going to murder, I'd really be outsourcing it.
That's not a bad thing either. I mean,
Hirehitman.com, I hear, is
Yeah, I just take a shortcut, call the FBI directly.
right.
Tiffany says, I learned from them. I could kill someone better.
Oh, that's a great point. Research for
Yeah.
writing. I assume that's why Anita also,
Maybe.
is constantly learning about killing.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and shift gears here and we're going to talk about the hats. So let me play my fun intro hat video.
Hoo-wee! Okay, Boomer.
Haters gonna hate.
So
My favorite part is always "Okay, Boomer." In that,
I know
Man,
it's because
that's
y'all
great.
technically aren't
So
that y'all
funny.
are boomers, right?
No,
No, we're too
a little
young.
too young.
yeah,
Jim.
And I think,
Jim's
I
part of the
I-
greatest
I
generation.
think at one point you weren't on the list.
And I have to read this. Anita says the easiest way to get caught is to outsource.
That makes perfect sense. I would just call Anita and get some advice if I was gonna have to murder somebody. I mean, I would tell her it was for a story.
Yeah.
Right.
She lives in a whole different country. She's not gonna probably see the news.
Nobody believes a Canadian anyway.
There you go. Let's have
I'm
a fresh,
definitely
like a
not looking
refresh
anything
of
up.
y'all's hats. I did my best to get like clips of them all. Then I was worried I missed some. So here we go.
All right. So this hat is a hat I just found. Anybody who saw the marketing for this show, Jenny was not originally scheduled. She's a hero. She came because somebody canceled like less than a half an hour before the show was to start. So
Shit.
10 seconds. All right.
So, what was y'all's favorite hat from the show? I have to say, mine was Jim's little horn things. So,
My Loki horns.
yes, I couldn't tell exactly
Those are mine.
what they were, but I was hoping it was the Loki horns. I think that you had them on another show, and they were my favorite.
Probably.
Yes,
So they're
mine
in the
too.
bookshelf up behind me. So the Loki horns I have because at Jordan Con last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was, whatever year, right when Loki came out. So I guess that was whatever ago. A bunch of my friends, and I put that in quotes, and I hadn't seen the show at that point, took a vote and said I was a variant. And it have the full context, but I'm like, okay, whatever else. And on the drive home, I called my sister and I said, apparently they've taken a vote and decided I was a Loki variant. And she went and said, and because my entire team has already said that I am. And so I called Patrick Dugan and I said, apparently I'm a Loki variant because he was there with me and he says, okay. So for Dragon Con, he made both of us sets of Loki horns. My sister got the Sylvie horns. She printed herself a set of Sylvie horns and gave my brother-in-law a set of Loki horns. So there were horns all the way around, right?
Yeah.
But yes, but mine usually stay on top of the skull with the 3D glasses in the back of the bookcase.
Nice.
Very cool.
All right, guys, what was y'all's favorite hat, like overall? Jim, did you like somebody else's hat better than yours, or?
Oh no.
I like Ron's
I'll say
Chinese
RJ
communist.
You would.
Yeah.
I like the Loki horns the best, but I do wear that gardening hat all the time. I mean, all day when I'm outside, and then I also like the tightest fitting hat I own, that little bowl hat. I mean, I'm just like, it's so tight, and I still have no idea where it came.
I mean, it was perfect that you guys had the gardening hats on, especially as the opening scene was like the southern something other. I was like, working out in the heat, wearing those sun hats. So
Indeed, I'd be dead.
I
didn't wear that.
I mean, you can come hang out in Oklahoma heat. It's not.
I would never do that.
Yet, so.
You are the example I use of why I'm glad I live where I live. You know, and because we don't have the weather crap. I'm like, I have a friend who lives in Oklahoma, and it feels like every 2 weeks on Facebook she's like, tornado warning. I'm like, fucking move.
Yeah,
fucking move.
I mean, we're out of the
why you
path. It normally goes north or south of our house. Knock on wood. So,
yeah, I feel like we're gonna want to save that clip for your funeral.
Probably. Maybe.
Hopefully not the funeral, but at least let me know when you go flying by on the broom. I mean, that's
That would be fun, but I would totally die. Like straight up, as much crap as those things pick up working through here. Oh God, Lord. Ugh. Well, guys, y'all have any final thoughts on the show this time? Like anything you want to change?
Well, we really should mention Jenny again stepping in
Yes,
at the last
absolutely.
minute
She's
to
a
save-
lifesaver.
That was
fabulous.
huge. I would be sad if we only had 2 contestants. No matter how great they were, I like the structure of it. And so, yeah, she's a great friend of the show and a super nice person. Just really awesome, and I appreciate it very much that she was willing to do that. And then she came in second, all of her own accord, not because we gave her extra points, just
Yeah.
because she's awesome.
She got the 1 extra point for showing up at all at the last minute, but
Yeah. And
That was
then we gave her like 4 points at the end to make
Just
her
to make
second
sure I
place
came
because
in
she was tied with Jim, and he wanted to lose, so we made it was really it was a twofer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pure. It was rigged. It was rigged against me.
By all of us,
Oh,
yourself included.
Oh,
Jim.
but yeah, as always, it's always a lot of fun to come hang out with you guys. And despite the horrible things you said about me, oh wait, no, that was things I said about you. Never mind.
Oh,
Yes.
But for those of you who have not yet gotten a chance to do this, I've got to do it twice, and I continue to lose. So I'm maintaining my streak.
Yes. Which do you have any
Consistency.
challenge? Like, a challenge for the people who are going to be going into the semifinals? Maybe like you want to have a question for them or anything?
A question for the semifinalists. That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
But if I bring it up now, then they'll.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is
cheat.
true. Ooh.
Hopefully, you will provide us a video question to use.
I think that would be a
Oh, yeah,
great
absolutely.
idea.
That'd be awesome.
I will provide a video question when I've had at least 3 seconds to think about it. So yes, I'll be happy to come up with a video question.
Perfect.
Thank you.
excellent.
Oh, that's why.
Any advice for the contestants that are going to be going into the semifinals from any of you guys?
Yeah, mine is try sucking less.
Yeah, that's a good one. Brevity is the soul of wit.
Oh, that's a great one.
I believe that pontification is the solution and the answer to. This is why.
He's going to be on there. Well, guys, it has been a fun and short show tonight, and I am extremely thankful that you hopped on with us for a little bit, Jim. We sure
And Ron.
appreciate it. Yes, and
Yeah.
Ron, because we had to pull him out of the garden.
I changed my calendar event from Friday at 6 to Monday at 6. I didn't realize the time change. So if Robin hadn't called me,
You're good. I almost forgot it too.
I'd be hard at
so.
work outside still.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for hanging out with us in the chat and for watching. If you're watching later, drop us a comment. Tell us your favorite question from the show last week, and maybe drop a question for Ron and RJ to use next time.
Oh, there you go.
So
That's true. We could use all the help we can get.
yes, we are always in need of fun, new, challenging comments. Especially younger generation comments, because nobody ever figures those out. So
I don't know. I remember a question that in the first season when we were filming, an hour or more, and then we'd cut it down to half an hour. We had several questions that never were answered. Like that were.
That's
I mean,
true.
I think a Groucho Marx question maybe,
Right.
Or,
Something
we
about
were getting
the Smothers Brothers. That,
yeah, we were. I mean, some of our favorite stuff that was already out of date when we were kids listening to it. I mean, the Smothers Brothers. Yeah. Anyway, so I think there's plenty of people not answering the questions to go around to all age segments.
You mean like what was your favorite Bill Cosby pudding pop flavor? I mean, is that where?
I would say, what was your favorite Bill Cosby bit off of his comedy albums? Which mine would be, because I'm still a huge Bill Cosby fan. The one where they do the grab the fence and and you jump on, they line up and they jump on each other, and Fat Albert of course wins for their team. But I can't remember the name of the game, but it was, man, that was a great bit.
I was thinking along the lines of who's your favorite Jonas brother or something like that. So
There are more than one.
Yeah.
Joe. I only know Joe. Isn't he the actor? The one that was in Jumanji
they
and stuff.
all acted. They started out acting, and then they
I like
went
the one in Jumanji.
Aren't the Jonas Brothers ones were swallowed by the whale or whatever it was? Or is that the wrong?
That was Jonah and the whale, wasn't it? I think so.
Excellent
Anyway, enough
Bible.
about that, guys. Everybody have a wonderful night. Come hang
Thank
out
you.
with us again. And remember,
Thank
it's
you.
always time to go indie now.
Agreed.